Children, so we were discussing the major factor which affects the living organism, abiotic factor which affects the living organism. In this concern, we have already discussed the role of temperature. It was been discussed here that how do the temperature affects the living organism. This was the topic, major abiotic factor and temperature we have already discussed. Now we are coming to the next abiotic factor which affects the living organism is water. Water is again the major factor because water, the life is being originated next to the temperature. The water is the most important influencing factor because the life is originated in water only, and without water the life is not possible. But the distribution of water on earth is different at different places. Somewhere it is desert because there is a very limited amount of water is available, and somewhere the plenty of water is available. But the productivity and the distribution of plants mainly depend on the availability of water only. If we think that animals or the organism those are living in the water, do they don't have any problem related to the water, but they are also facing some problem because the chemical composition of water, the pH of water and salinity of water mainly affects their physiological processes. That means they affects their life also. So salinity of water, we can say that suppose here given that 5% salinity is present in inland water, but 30 to 35% salinity is there in the sea water, and more than 100% salinity is there in lagoons, and that is called as hypersaline water, which is there in the lagoons only. So the animals which can afford the large range of salinity, or which can tolerate to the wide range of salinity, they are called as euryhaline, and which can tolerate only the narrow range of salinity, they are called as stenohaline animals. So that way in this topic we have seen that the water, availability of water and the nature of the water, chemical composition of the water, pH of water, the salinity of water, it all affects the life of living organism. So this is all about water. Now it comes the third abiotic factor, that is light. We all know that light is very much required by the green plants to perform the process of photosynthesis and to prepare the food. That means solar energy or sunlight is the ultimate source of energy, and which is autotroph use the solar energy and convert it into chemical energy which is stored in the food. That means the light is the most important factor for the process of photosynthesis. But the availability of light is also different at different places. Like in the dense forest, the plants or trees or the creepers which are present below the tall trees, so that means they are overshadowed by the tall canopy of the trees, so that the less light availability is there, the plants which are present below the tall trees, and those are tall trees, they are getting sufficient light. Number one thing. Number two thing, the daily duration of light, that means the intensity of light affects the photosynthesis, but the daily duration of light also affects the reproduction, that means the flowering of the plants, that is called as photoperiod, daily duration of light. Some of the plants flowers in summer season, some of them flowers in winter season. That means the daily duration of light or photoperiod affects the reproduction of various plants. Similarly, animals are also affected by the daily duration of light or intensity of light. uh, because some of the animals are diurnal and seasonal variation takes place in many of the animal. That means the foraging activities, reproductive activities and migratory activities of the animals are affected by the intensity and the duration of the light. By the intensity of light and duration of the light, that means the behavior of the animal is also affected by the intensity and duration of light, and that behavior is their foraging behavior, reproductive behavior and their migratory activities. Now again here it is coming that availability of light on land is really related with the temperature also. That means sun is the ultimate source of energy, but the intensity of light is also related with the temperature of the earth, is also related with the light. It means now here it is coming that the organism which are present in the deep ocean, that means more than 500 meter in the ocean where is a dark, that means there is totally non availability of light is there. So they are surviving there without the presence of the light or in the very less availability of light. Now here not only the availability or intensity of light, but the nature of the light and the various you can say the spectrum of the light also affects the physiological processes of living organism. Like ultraviolet light is harmful for many living organism, and the color spectrum, you very well know that red and blue light is maximum utilized in the process of photosynthesis, and green light is not utilized, rather it is reflected back. So that way the spectrum of the light, various components of the spectrum also affects the physiological processes of living organism. Similarly, now here we are coming the last abiotic factor, that is soil. But here it is written the distribution of red, green and brown algae in the ocean also depends upon the availability of light. But now here coming now to the last factor, that is soil. So nature of the soil actually depends upon the rock from which it is formed. We know that the soil is formed by the weathering of the rocks. So the nature of the soil depends upon the rock from which this soil is being formed. Nature of the soil means soil composition, the minerals which are present in the soil, its grain size, aggregation determine the percolation of water, water holding capacity, composition of the minerals and pH of the soil and topography. These all are called as the characteristics of the soil. These all are considered as the characteristics of the soil, and these characteristics actually determine the vegetation which will present in that area. We know that in different places the different vegetation is there. Some of the crops are suitable in any one of the area, but those are not suitable in any other area because of that the chemical composition, or you can say all other characteristics of the soil, water holding capacity, percolation capacity, pH of the soil, because every crop is specific for needs specific amount of water, needs specific pH also, so that different crops are suitable for different type of soil. That means the characteristics of the soil determines the vegetation, and vegetation is ultimately related to the animals which are present in that area. Flora and fauna, both of them are there related to the characteristics of the soil. Similarly, in aquatic ecosystem or in aquatic environment, the sediment or the bottom of the aquatic body where do the soil is present, actually it determines the type of the benthic animal which can thrive there. Benthic animal, that means those are present at the bottom of the aquatic body, and that can be like the starfish. Example of benthic animal is starfish. So similarly, here we can say that soil also affects the living organism. So up to here we have seen that various abiotic factor like temperature, water and light and soil, all of these are the abiotic factor which affects the various physiological and behavioral processes, or behavioral brings the behavioral changes in the various plants and animals, or you can say the living organism. Thank you.